Hey, how y'all doing out there? This is Easy Work Boxing. About to hit you up under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell, the little bell to the side if you want to see more of these videos. Alright, this is an upcoming fight between Gervonta Tank Davis versus Yuriorkis Gamboa. You understand me? This is for the WBA title at 130. Tank Davis has moved up. He is ready to come to 130, show his talents at 130, and I have to say this is a great challenge for him to go against Yuriorkis Gamboa. This fight right here really will show us what Tank really can do against somebody who's been there, who's won titles, which he has showed us before. But I think the style and the pedigree of Yuriorkis Gamboa will really show us what Tank is about. Now, Tank is 22-0 with 21 KOs. His reach is 67 inches. He is 5'5". Gamboa is 30-2, 2 losses, 18 KOs, 65-inch reach, 5'5" in height. Same height, both of them. Now, I think that this fight will all come down to hooks and straights. Hooks and straights. You know, one thing I will have to say, I think that Tank will have the advantage in jabs, only because, in my opinion, is because Southpaw's jabs are harder to dodge than an orthodox fighter. That's what I believe. I believe that Southpaw's jabs are harder to dodge and his reach is longer than Gamboa's. I think that it'll be harder for Gamboa to dodge his jab. Gamboa, he has defense. He has defense. He has good head movement. He can dodge punches well. But one thing about Gamboa, when he gets frustrated in the fight or his opponent hits him, he becomes frustrated and begins to get wild. Starting to throw combinations, wanting to go toe-to-toe with the opponent instead of staying on strategy. That's one thing I've seen about Gamboa. Now, one thing I also saw with Gamboa is that Gamboa, when he was fighting Terrence Crawford, when Terrence Crawford switched to southpaw, Gamboa caught Terrence Crawford several times. But that's not saying that that could happen to Tank, because Tank is an original southpaw. You see what I'm saying? Tank is born left-handed, so it's a different fighter that he'll be fighting. But I'm just speaking on the fact that when Terrence Crawford turned to southpaw, Yuriorkis Gamboa began more punches on Terrence Crawford. But that's just something to look at, since Tank is, southpaw. Maybe it may be a good chance that Gamboa may land more punches on Tank just because he's southpaw. But like I said, it's not a big factor because Terrence Crawford was getting landed, not an original southpaw. But because he did go southpaw, just look at that in a certain way, whichever you want to look at. Now, one thing I will say, since Tank talks so much trash towards Terrence Crawford, Tank has to beat Gamboa even better than Terrence Crawford, because this is a war of age. This is a 37-year-old Gamboa. Age ain't nothing but a number. It still don't take away from what he can do in the ring. It don't matter. He may come out and knock Tank out. We don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, Gamboa is 37 years old. You know what I'm saying? So we have to put that into account. Now, since Tank has so much to say about Terrence Crawford, he has to go out there and do a better job than Terrence Crawford did. He has to. Even at the point of Gamboa's career right now. Because which I didn't know this either, Terrence Crawford fought Gamboa and Gamboa moved up. And I think that was a damn good job by Gamboa, fighting a fighter like Terrence Crawford and moving up in weight. One thing it also shows as well is that Terrence Crawford has a great, not Terrence Crawford, Gamboa has a great chin. Move up to fight Terrence Crawford, get knocked down 4 times, wasn't knocked out. That's a good chin. So I don't really expect Tank to be going out there just flush knocking out no Gamboa. For one, this is a two-time ex-champion. This man has been in the ring with some of the best. His experience matters most of all going against Tank. That's what people are not recognizing in this fight. Now, if this would be a fighter that was Gamboa's age, I'll say Gamboa would stop him. But we are forgetting one big factor in this fight. Tank is 25 years old. Now, I know we have seen Gamboa in his recent last fights. He still has his reflexes. He still has his speed. But like I just said, has his mentality changed? Let's say that Tank opens up on him, catches him with a right hook or jab too many times, and he becomes frustrated. Will Gamboa drop his hands like he usually does? Will Gamboa be willing to stand there and throw combinations just to hit his opponent because he's been hit? These are things we have to worry about with Gamboa. Now, I have seen that Gamboa has become more patient as a fighter since his 2 losses. But has he changed the fact that he will be willing to open up after frustration of getting hit, dropping his hands? And that's something that he cannot do with Tank. Because see, what a lot of people is not understanding about Tank already been 130 pounds. Tank was fighting at 126. Tank been at 130. So Tank power is still going to be there. Tank power ain't going nowhere. That's what people need to know. Also, good thing you said something about Mayweather since you just brought it up, because I got it wrote down in my notepad, but I got to mention this too. First of all, people have to understand this. This man is supposed to be protege of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd, I know this for a fact, can look at a fighter and just know he can beat them from just watching them, because he's been boxing for so long. And he also doing that for Tank Davis. Now, a lot of people saying that the guy, and just no disrespect to him, he has a character on the wire, the shoulder wire. Tank Davis is trainer. Floyd Mayweather is really Tank's. I guarantee you, they ain't gonna show you no footage of it, but Floyd Mayweather's gonna be in the gym with Tank training him for Gamboa. I guarantee you that. They're not gonna tell you that, they're not gonna show you that, but Floyd is gonna train him. Floyd trains Tank. The pull counter, straight jab to the body. That's Floyd. Pull counter, straight jab to the body. Suck the air out your stomach. I seen him hit Maidana with a straight jab to the stomach, and Maidana bagged up. That's all Floyd. That's the big factor. Ain't nobody understanding. Calvin is not training Tank like that for real. It's Floyd. Floyd is training Tank. And Floyd will be behind the scenes training Tank for this Gamboa fight. Why? Because this is Tank's fight to see if he can go in there with the big dogs. This is Tank's fight to see if he can beat a Devin Haney, a Gary Russell Jr., a Teofimo Lopez. This is the fight to see. I don't believe Tank will retire undefeated, because Tank ain't gonna retire undefeated if he ever fight David Haney. If he fights Shakur Stevenson. If Shakur Stevenson move up, Shakur Stevenson will beat Tank. Devin Haney, in my opinion, will beat Tank. One thing about Tank, though, Tank is an accurate puncher. You know, I've seen Tank, catch opponents, even in head movement, and he catch them solid straight in the face with a punch, even while they in head movement. So Tank is an accurate puncher. Gamboa age is the major factor in this fight. Is the major factor in this fight. Yes, he still has his speed. Yes, he still has his agility. Yes, you know, he still has, I can't really even say he has his power at 130. I don't believe Gamboa really has his true power at 130. And I also seen Tank get hit. A lot of people always question what will Tank do when he get hit. Now I seen Tank in a fight where he got hit right in the nose. He bagged off for a minute, but when the opponent soon came at him, Tank became, back to himself. You know what I'm saying? I think Tank has a good chin. A lot of people are sitting here wondering, and want to say that, Tank don't have a good chin. We've never seen him get hit. But I saw him get hit with a flush right hand to the face, right up in here. And he bagged off the dude, and when the dude came at him, he went to ducking, you know what I'm saying? So I think Tank has a good chin, you know what I'm saying? It will be tested against Gamboa. But mostly I think in this fight, Tank will come out and literally destroy or attempt to destroy Gamboa. I think Tank will literally come out there and pop shot Gamboa the entire night. I think he will come out there to make a statement in front of everybody. I really think that. I don't really think Tank is gonna just try to go out there and just knock Gamboa out, which would be a good statement as well. But I think he will try to go out there and really try to crucify Gamboa, like literally out whitewash him. White glove Gamboa. I think I think that's a statement that they're trying to make. And shout out to Mayweather management. They did a great job on picking Gamboa. A good name. Even though he's in age, great job by Floyd by picking that. Because from the looks of it, if you were just a fan and you didn't know all that matters in boxing, you would say that, damn, Gamboa is a good opponent. But Gamboa is 37 years old, fighting a 25-year-old, young, fresh fighter. It's a major difference in that. A major difference. And that's a great job by Floyd and his team for picking Gamboa. Because his name matters. Love one, hate one. What's up, man? Where you been? And also, we gotta remember this. Before Tank came in the game, Gamboa was the new Mike Tyson. How many of y'all remember that? This how you know if you've been watching it for a long time. Gamboa was the new Mike Tyson. Looked like him. You can't deny that. Gamboa looked like Mike Tyson a little bit. Or could be Mike Tyson, Puerto Rican son. Gamboa was the new Mike Tyson. So should we call this fight the new Mike Tyson? Which one is the new Mike Tyson? But that age is literally a factor. Gamboa still got his reflexes, speed. He doesn't have his power at 130. Tank gonna have his power at 130 because Tank always been a 130 pounder. That's why Tank kept missing weight, because Tank was dropping and killing himself trying to make that weight. Tank is really bigger than that. So his power will be there. I don't know what's up with Gamboa long socks. Something that's I don't know. I always notice when I work, I don't like to wear short socks. I have a bad day. Maybe he may have that like me. You know what I'm saying? He don't like short socks. Whatever sock he got on, he need to come out there focused You know what I'm saying? He don't need to be getting frustrated and dropping his hands. And, you know, that was one of the reasons. He did a damn good job fighting Terrence Crawford moving up, man. He was winning the early rounds with Terrence Crawford. You know, Terrence Crawford is special because he can adapt as well. You know, and that's how he won that fight. But Gamboa ain't no joke. He ain't no pushover. You know what I'm saying? This man had 475 amateur fighters, Gamboa. So he knows he know what he doing in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no novice. He ain't no beginner. He know what he doing. It's just the fact that he fight year round. You know what I'm saying? Once a year. You know what I'm saying? You can't stay sharp fighting like that. But he a good fighter. He a damn good fighter. He said Gamboa is a 4-round fighter. I mean, at the age he is now, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He should be a 4-round fighter at 37. But you know, I criticize Tank, even though this ain't who we want to see Tank fight. This is a good fight to see where Tank is. I will say that. And ain't nobody's talk. I'm not a fan of Tanks. I don't ride with Tank. I already said once in a video about this same fight, I was like, Gamboa, nah, you know what I'm saying? But now that I sit up and I think about it and I watch Gamboa's latest fight, I don't say that Gamboa will win this fight, but this will show us what Tank will do moving up to the Devin Haney's and the bigger names in the division. You know, and also this, I gotta say this. Leonard Ellerby, he makes me sick. Y'all need to start letting Tank talk for himself. We don't want to keep hearing y'all opinions about what's coming up in his next fights and who he want to fight. We want to hear from Tank mouth. Leonard Ellerby literally jumped in and said, I got this. Like, somebody out there should have said, no, Leonard, we want to hear from Tank. We don't want to hear from you. We want to hear what Tank want to do. Tank is the biggest star in boxing and mentions Deontay Wilder's name, but don't say Deontay Wilder is the biggest name in boxing. Deontay Wilder is the biggest name in boxing, man. Period. And no, I'm not just saying that because I'm from Alabama. I'm not being biased. I'm being real with you. Deontay Wilder is the biggest name in boxing. Canelo is the richest name in boxing. All right? Terrence Crawford is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Usyk is right behind him at #2, and the rest goes down from there. Fuck man, we talking about? Whichever one of them make the most, they ain't the pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And that rigged fight he just did with Kovalev most definitely don't make him the pound-for-pound fighter in the world. If you don't know that fight was rigged, then you don't know boxing. I've never seen a great amateur fighter, a great professional fighter get hit with a left hook and automatically drops his hand for a right hand to get punched in the face. Pity-patting with jabs all night. Slapping right hands. Kovalev, please. Yeah, he did. Terrence ended up getting him a problem when Terrence started fighting better in the southpaw stands. But if you watch that fight again, brother, I promise you, you will see Gamboa catching Terrence Crawford even more in that stand. Even more in that stand. That's what I'm saying. I think this will be a good fight. But I don't don't see Gamboa winning because I know once Gamboa get hit, Gamboa gonna drop his hands and start coming in and being aggressive, trying to throw punches, and he gonna end up getting caught again. Canelo, pay-per-view numbers don't mean that you the people's champ. Pay-per-view numbers do not mean that you the people's champ. Canelo beats everybody in pay-per-view numbers because he's a Mexican fighter. He's a Mexican fighter. And Mexican people will pay to see their fighter fight. That's why he beats everybody in pay-per-views. And he has black fans, white fans. I'm not just saying he only has Mexican fans, but his fans will pay. The people's champ is Pacquiao. Says who? Filipinos, some Mexicans. I agree, man, that Pacquiao was legendary, but all that, no. Nah, Amir Khan don't have the best chin in boxing. Wilder selling tickets, man. Did y'all see the with the MGM Grand, man? Did y'all see all them seats filled? Did y'all see all them seats filled? Fighting Ortiz, did y'all see that? Wilder is the face of boxing, man. Deontay Wilder is the face of boxing. And I ain't just saying that because I'm from Alabama. I'm not being biased. Y'all know how I am on this channel. No bias talk. Wilder is the face of boxing. Canelo is the richest. Terrence is the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. But if Deontay Wilder going to become undisputed champion of the world, he will be #1 pound for pound. Y'all know how I feel about undisputed. When you undisputed, you automatically #1. Well, I'm not the LDBC. I don't deal with the LDBC. You know what I'm saying? They have their own opinions. I'm not a member of that. I'm just being real. If you could get the YouTube stats, probably, I'm sure they will say that Deontay Wilder is the most searched fighter since Floyd Mayweather. Errol Spence probably behind him. Errol Spence probably behind him, but I guarantee you, Deontay Wilder is probably the most searched fighter of 2018 and 2019. Yeah, take him out of the division. It's boring. You ain't lying, love one, hate one. Yeah, that's a good thing to say, love one, hate one, because Fury is not that entertaining in the ring. But neither was Floyd. You know, that's something people have to understand too, as well, love one and hate one. Boxing, even though it's supposed to be an entertaining sport, is hit or not hit and don't get hit. You know, and Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, fighters like that are good at that. It may be boring, but I'm not there to get my jaw broken or get my ass whooped to entertain you. I'm there to win. You know, so when it comes to boxing, I salute Tyson Fury because he understands the game. I'm not there to get beat up. I'm not there to go home pissing blood. You know, I'm not there for that. Crawford is number one pound for pound because he was undisputed. The lineal champion. That's why. And Usyk is number two in my opinion because he was undisputed. Matter of fact, in my opinion, it's a struggle between them two only because of the fact because Usyk was a gold medalist. So it's really a challenge between them two, in my opinion, who is number one pound for pound. That's the two that should be mentioned. Terence Crawford and Usyk. Pound for pound as you're doing currently. So who do you feel is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, Coco? Tell me that. Based on currently, who is your number one pound for pound fighter in the world? Canelo? How is Canelo when I just told y'all about that rigged fight he just did, man? How Canelo number one pound for pound when that fight was rigged? Come on, man. If you've been watching boxing, you know that fight was rigged, man. You seen Kovalev when he really hit Canelo. Canelo bagged up, had to take 3 steps back every time. The whole fight he pitty-pat jabbing, slapping right-handed. Man, come on, that fight was rigged, man. Come on, man. Come on, loved one, don't do that. Canelo alone. Unified ain't got nothing on undisputed. Nah, AB ain't no pound for pound. What did pound for pound come with this currently overall? It's sad to even say Lomachenko is number one pound for pound and he had over 20 fights. Lomachenko had over 20 fights and y'all saying he is pound for pound the best. I'd rather you say Errol Spence was pound for pound the best. He got more fights than Lomachenko. That's how I know people be watching what the supposed to be experts say. That's how people be reading and listening to the real media of boxing with that bullshit, and they go believing that Lomachenko is the best pound for pound. He ain't had over 20 fights. Who he fought? He lost against Salido. He got a loss. Loma ain't nowhere damn near a pound for pound, number one pound for pound. He in the rankings. He in the top 10 of pound for pound, but he damn sure ain't number one. Hell, Manny Pacquiao ain't number one, and he done won 8 divisions. The hell on. Y'all need to stop listening to them commentators when y'all watching them fights, man. Stop this. Stop doing that. Tank versus Chocolatito. Tank will knock the chocolate out of Lito. That ain't no challenge for Tank. Chocolatito gonna get laid out like that fight he lost. Ain't it funny how Chocolatito was named #1 pound for pound by Floyd, and then like a month or two later he got his ass laid out. Floyd like, Chocolatito is #1 pound for pound in the world, and like a month later, Chocolatito ass laid. Chocolatito fucked up. A lot of fighters say as much because a lot of fighters in that same business. That fight was rigged as hell. That fight was rigged as hell. Moving up fighting a light heavyweight at his weight, and you, man, come on, man. No, don't play with me. Don't play with me. But like I was saying, one thing about Gamboa also as well, Gamboa has bad balance. He has bad balance. He be everywhere, slipping, falling, going down in fights 5 times off slips. He'd have been down 9 times in the ring, but his balance is awful. There's a lot of reasons why I feel like Tank is going to really go and show out on Gamboa. Balance, frustration, Tank's jab being a southpaw. Tank gonna have to throw them left hooks too. Tank will have to throw left hooks. Like I said, this is gonna be a hook and straight fight. Straight punches, hooks and straights. And I think Tank jab will be more effective than Gamboa's in this fight. Kovalev didn't use enough energy to be exhausted, to be tired. Not with pity-pat jabbing and fake slapping right hooks. Nah. Standing out of position on his front foot. Didn't even have his weight on his punches to hit Canelo Alvarez. He didn't even have weight on his punches. Come on, man. He's stepping forward on his front foot. No power behind his jabs. Pity-patting. That was a rigged fight. I wouldn't say that Gamboa is faster than Tank. I would say that they're on the same level as far as speed. I wouldn't say that Gamboa is faster than Tank. Yeah, you seen it clearly land, but this is a professional fighter. He's been punched in his face 1,000,000 times. It ain't like it ain't never happened to him before. Hell, for a $12 million payday, you could sock me in my damn face. Come on now. Whether you believe it's true or not, all I'm saying is just open up your mind to consideration of what people are saying. Just open up your mind to consideration. Gamboa is super duper fast and Tank is super duper fast too. Both of them super duper fast. But the difference is Gamboa is a 37-year-old super duper fast. Appreciate that, Coco. Yeah, it's only God truly knows though. Only God truly knows though. But from the way I'm looking at it, I got Tank. I'll ride with Tank right now. Now I have to, well, the training videos and all that, I'm going to see don't really make a difference. Training videos and sparring and all that, it really literally just depends on that fighter. From start to finish with that fighter, it depends on him. You can see the training, you can see they have the best strength and conditioning coach, the best, team behind them. But one thing that really matters is that trainer and that fighter. Do I think J Rock will hold on to the belt for long? Um, I see J Rock holding on to the belt for like another year and a half. I believe he'll beat what's the guy he beat for the titles? What's the guy name he beat? Jerry Hurd. I believe he'll beat Jerry Hurd again in a rematch. I believe he'll beat Tony Harrison. I even believe he'll beat Jamel Charlo. But I don't believe that Julian Williams will beat Erickson Lubin. I don't believe Julian Williams will beat Erickson Lubin. I believe he'll beat Jamel Charlo because Jamel Charlo can't box in the inside. He's a 1-2 puncher all night. So I believe that Julian Williams will beat Jamel Charlo. I know he can beat Jerry Hurd. Yeah, but I think he'll hold on to him unless he fight Erickson Lubin. Because Lubin gonna keep him at distance all night. He really gonna show his real skills against Jamel Charlo by clinching, his inside fighting, and he can box. So he really gonna whoop Jamel Charlo. He gonna shock the world on how he gonna whoop Jamel Charlo. Yeah, I agree with that little 1-1 from the movement, the distance, and movement, distance, ring generalship. Laura will beat Julian Williams because Julian Williams can box, but I don't believe he could beat boxers that move around, that create distance, that won't sit there and allow themselves to be clinched or body punched. I think he has a problem with them, but Laura and Erickson Lubin, I think Julian Williams will have a major problem with. But everybody else, even Jamel Charlo, he beat them easy. Yeah, Laura arguably undefeated. Besides the Jerry Hurd fight. But I believe Jerry Hurd was on steroids, so yes, he is arguably undefeated. I believe he fought steroid using Jerry Hurd. Fighting Julian Williams, getting tested. It's funny that you are not the same fighter. You go out there, you get knocked down, things like that. Now you don't want to fight Julian Williams since you have to get tested. That's a mind thing. I think that he knows that off of steroids, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, off of steroids, he cannot beat Julian Williams. Laura got stopped. Am I correct, Love 181? Didn't Laura get stopped? Laura didn't get stopped against oh no. I think I was about to say it. But Laura was getting his ass whooped. He was bleeding. He was swole up. He lost at the end of the day. too much looking in at Jacobs. I can't say. Thank you. Thank you, Faith. Y'all check out Love One Hate One channel too. He back in the game. I've been wondering where he been at. I mean, just because a lot of boxers had Laura winning don't mean that they ain't biased. That they ain't just riding with Laura because he a name. You know how that is. You have to judge off yourself, off your own opinion. You have to watch the fight yourself. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Love One Hate One. Yeah, Laura lost that, man. Laura lost that. But, you know, I hadn't been on long enough. I hadn't been on long enough. I hadn't said what I had to say. You know, but like I said, in my opinion, I got Tank already. Tank already a 130 pounder. It doesn't matter about him moving up. He will have the same power. Oh, my phone going dead. He don't have the same power. To me, his jab gonna be more effective. Younger, fresher fighter. I think Tank has a better chin. And I think Tank they gonna try to go out there and pot shot and literally destroy Gamboa to make an example to the public. I don't think he just gonna knock him out in the early rounds because Gamboa ain't gonna be easily knocked out. But I can see him probably stopping Gamboa in the later rounds. But if not, I can see Tank winning by decision. I can see that. So I'm gonna ride with Tank on this fight. Just because of the age, and I know Gamboa will become frustrated and he'll get out his game real fast. So that's one of my reasons. And the balance of Gamboa, the ring, well, I can't really say the ring rust because his last fight was like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. So you can't really say the ring rust this time. He been in the ring recently. But I gotta go with the age. That's my big factor of the fight. And that's what I'm riding with Tank. This is Easy Work Boxing. Thank y'all for y'all time. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell if you want to donate to the channel. Go to community. It'll tell you everything about how you donate. I appreciate y'all time. This is Easy Work Boxing. I'm out.